Hey, welcome to A Game for Your Thoughts. Today we're talking about Hitman Absolution. Hitman Absolution continues the stories of Agent 47. His mission is now to go and kill his previous handler at the agency, Diana. And in her dying breath, she tells him to protect this girl named Victoria. So Hitman finds Victoria and he gets her away. But he also finds out this foul-mouthed businessman, Dexter, is also trying to find her as well. And so now it's up to Hitman to protect 47, save Victoria from Dexter, and kind of just do some Hitman stuff, I guess. So this game was actually kind of odd for a Hitman game. So usually Hitman games aren't very story-based. There's a little bit of story. You look at Hitman Blood Money and there's like a little bit of story, but it's like, it doesn't have a very heavy impact on the game. You usually get a little bit about your targets and kind of what their deal is and why they're bad people and you should kill them. But Hitman Absolution adds a little bit more story. It's a little bit more personal for 47 and kind of gives him a little bit more of a purpose to go out. But I didn't necessarily feel like it fit with the Hitman formula. Hitman formula was more just to kill these people because they're terrible people. But now I never really knew exactly why I was killing these people or how they really tied into the story. It was like, it showed a cutscene and this person was all like, and then I'm supposed to kill him? It's like, okay, am I supposed to kill him because they like to swear a lot? And it was kind of what I got from a lot of the game. It's just none of these targets felt like targets. They didn't feel like bad people. They just felt like kind of in the way from point A to point B was necessarily a lot of what it was. Few times it's like, okay, they're trying to kill me, so I got to kill them before they kill me. That was kind of the point. I maybe had like one or two missions where it specifically said, okay, you need to kill this person because they're doing this. More so just at the very beginning with the first two missions, I was like the only times I really felt that. It was kind of a bummer because I think it was supposed to have you like emotionally invested in 47 and a story to save Victoria, but I just didn't really necessarily care. Nothing really gave me a reason to care. In the end, the story just was kind of necessarily more in the way of the gameplay, which was good because the gameplay was good, but there was just a little bit more story than I necessarily cared or wanted there to be. So let's talk about the gameplay because that's far more interesting. Hitman Absolution has the same general gameplay as previous Hitman games. You're thrown into an area with tons of objects, areas, characters, and just different things going on for you to interact with to try to get from point A to point B, or to get to the person that you're trying to kill, find some creative way to take them out, staying stealthy, or just going guns blazing. Kind of give you some options, a lot of really awesome replayability variety. And I really like that, as it just held a lot of kind of roots to the series, and it had a lot of the same ideas and stuff. Definitely expanded on it in its own way, added some really cool twists and situations, and I thought that was really fun. The gameplay of Absolution was absolutely its best when it throws you into a big area with lots to do and lots to explore, different situations to get yourself into, fun costumes to find, unique ways to take out targets. It was just that was when this gameplay shined the most. It was so much fun. For example, like the Chinese New Year celebration or the giant laboratory with different ways to take out the different targets. It was really enjoyable in those moments. But comparatively to like Blood Money and previous Hitman games, Hitman Absolution definitely felt a little bit more linear. A lot of time I felt like it was getting from point A to point B, and there was really only one way to get there. Maybe a few small deviations from the path, but it felt pretty straightforward from just point A to point B, instead of throwing me in an area and having tons of solutions and ways to get from one way to one place to the next. And when it did do that, it was great. It was tons of fun. Like I said, that Chinese New Year section, tons of fun. But when you get in those situations where it's just very straightforward and linear, it just wasn't as exciting. It didn't let me have the agency that I felt I really wanted to have in a Hitman game. This isn't to say I didn't enjoy the gameplay. I found the gameplay very fun and engaging, and just trying to avoid getting detected or having to shoot my way out of a situation was very fun. I just really loved the more open areas that Hitman Blood Money had to offer, the several different varieties and the many ways to take care of the target or to get to the exit. I just think that Hitman Absolution definitely linearized the experience a lot. When it opens up and lets you explore, it was tons of fun. I really enjoyed it. I like to say I didn't not enjoy it. I just definitely felt like it could have been more open, and it was the most enjoyable when it was open. I will say, though, I do find it quite ridiculous that every single mercenary happens to recognize every single person when they're all wearing full masks and gear. It's like, don't buy that one, but it's fine. I managed to deal with it. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense logically. Graphically and technically, I didn't have any problems. This game looks pretty great for being like 10 years old, and it runs pretty well. I didn't have any technical issues, and it just was a really solid experience all the way through. It just looks good, plays good, and is tons of fun. So in the end, I definitely feel like Hitman Absolution tried to go a little bit more of a story-based linear direction, and I don't think it really worked. I liked the open areas and the fun gameplay. The gameplay well itself generally was fun. It just was its best when it was open and free and you could just have fun with it. The story I just found uninteresting, and in the end I don't feel like anything changed and nothing really like happened. It was supposed to be like Hitman's like most personal story or something like that, and it just didn't really stick for me. It just none of the characters were interesting. They all just liked to swear a lot, and then I killed them and that was it. And it just generally uninteresting. But the game was fun to play. It was enjoyable, and I will certainly recommend it. I mean, when this game goes on sale, it's like $2. Like, it's not an expensive game at all, and it's absolutely worth $2. I mean, it was fun. It was enjoyable. Just skip the story cutscenes. It doesn't matter. The gameplay was just really fun and interesting, and it was a pretty accessible Hitman experience that I think you should check out. Hey, thank you so much for watching my review on Hitman Absolution. Definitely not the best game in the series, in my opinion. I think Blood Money did a far better job. But Hitman Absolution, not a bad game, not a good game. Kind of in the middle. Worth playing, worth checking out, especially when it's on sale. So, what did you think about Hitman Absolution? What was your favorite area or situation that you got yourself in? There's tons of fun Hitman stories we can share, so let me know down in the comments below. And while you're down there, if you want to hit like, subscribe, and the bell to get notified every time I post a new video, that would be awesome. And if you want to head over to twitch.tv/agameforyourthoughts, I'm streaming there all the time, and I'd love to see you there. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you guys next time on A Game for Your Thoughts.